Hello,
All right, all
hello,
right.
hello.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Perspective on this beautiful Thursday evening, 8:30, and we're in the building. We've been here fighting with wires and the technology monsters of the world, but we are here, and I just want to say that if you see me grimace or wince a little bit, I'm hurting. I have been I've returned to the world of health and exercise, and I've been going to. I'll give a shout out to Nori Fitness by Nori. That's all I'm gonna say. You go online on all of the media outlets, check it out. They call her the Butterfly Beast, and that's what name well deserved. But anyway, so I'm wincing a little bit. I'm sore around here, but thank you everybody for letting me vent a little bit. Um, and what we got a good show tonight. I think this will be um, one of the shows I like best because it's probably going to be a bit controversial, very informative, and and it can help people as well. I know Doc could eat it up, and I got a few choice words and thoughts on it myself. But before at the beginning of every show, we always do introductions, but we always want to kind of give you an understanding about perspective and what we're about, and really the premise of our podcast and the foundation of what we want to do is found right there in the name. Perspective. This is a safe place. This is a safe tree, if you will. It's the place where different opinions, ideas, lived experiences, different perspectives are discussed and can be brought to the table in a respectful manner. What we really learn is that just because someone doesn't agree with your perspective or what you have dealt with or what you've interacted with, it doesn't make them wrong or them right or you wrong or you right. It simply means they're different. And when we can discuss our differences in a sensible way, we'll come to find that we probably have a lot more in common than not. And it actually brings us closer together. And that's really what we strive to do here on Perspective. So to be informative and bring people together. So with that being said, I am Eric Butler, aka the Intellect, aka Cullinan 8, because I'm the biggest diamond ever found on land, aka the Atlantic, because I'm cold, deep, and choppy, and ain't nothing nobody can do about it. My history and my background really is in talent acquisition, so talking to people is what I've done for about 2 decades now, and I'll share a short story. Being in my area, what I've been allowed to do today. I had a great experience. Kind of overheard someone going through something, and when two adults lose their position because of rifts or downsizing at the same time, it kind of breaks your heart. Just think about that. And so overheard that, say, hey, send me your resume. Sent me the resume. I sent it off to my network, and then as I went, and this is in my fitness class, and as I walked into class, one of the participants, she ran up and hugged me, and was just
Oh,
like, and so thankful because they already have an interview. And so those, yes, I know. Won't he do it? Ain't that what that's how they said, right? And so
want to do it? You let
won't he
him.
do it? Yeah. And I said, I appreciate you thanking me, but man, give the most high Yah the glory on that. So, and she said, whether it's good or bad or not, she said, just talking to you one day and then having an interview the next, she said it means so much. So with that being said, that's what I do. Um, and that's the best part of my job. When if you look on my LinkedIn, I'm an author of win-win situations. I get great people, put them with great opportunities, so we can get great results. So anyway, that's what I do. If you want to know more about me, hey, see right there at Cullen and Nate. Give me Instagram or Facebook, and just reach out to me and ask me, and I'll tell you. I'm in the community. I sit on the advisory board for the Empower series, which is a nonprofit financial literacy program, an organization. I love it. Go online, check it out. Um, and also that kind of has lent me to do a little bit of motivational speaking, public speaking, just to try to help people stay inspired and not just survive, but to thrive. So, with that being said, I'm going to pass the mic to my illustrious co host. my hostess with the mostest. Okay, I'm gonna stop. They're a superstar in my eyes. Someone I'm gonna appreciate a very great deal, and I'll let them introduce themselves.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here on this wonderful, amazing Thursday evening. My name is Latoya, aka Them Kids Mama, aka Chef Jeff Wife. I'm a licensed professional counselor, author. I have my own private practice, but I am going on vacation for a month, so please do not be looking for me. If you need me, hit me up in January. I do practice what I preach, and when I say self care is a thing, when I say rest, recharge, unplug, I really do mean that. Yeah, so that's me. Plug for my husband, Chef Jeff will be having a cooking show coming to the BS3 network. I don't know when. That's my bad, but it's coming. It's called This Dope Cooking Show. It's gonna be amazing. We are super excited about that at my house. And before we get into the topic, I'm gonna run through the comments real quick.
All
Can you see
right, Mr. Yeah, I can see that. Mr. Ben Sutter the third says you can support BS3 Network by sending stars. Stars help us earn money to continue building the network. And thank you. And if you haven't noticed, Ben Sutter the third puts the BS3 into the BS3 network. So we really appreciate him. And when you can send stars, if you don't know, hey, ping me. I'll tell you how to do that. And it really is worthwhile. It's not very expensive, but every little bit helps. And this is definitely a quality network to pour into. So I encourage you to go to the BS3 network, look at it on all of the social media sites, check out some of the content. I promise you there's something for you. If you're a sports fan, if you like culture, restaurants, as you can see, Chef Jeff coming through. It's gonna be tight, and you'll love the network. So we definitely appreciate the support. So hitting like buttons, keep subscribing to channels and things like that. So do that. Alexis Butler, the one and
Hey,
only, says hello, man. And if you don't realize, that's my baby bird right there. And I always love having her in the building.
me too.
Ben Sutter said, he said, "Good evening, Doc and Eric. Good evening to you, Ben.
Hey,
Appreciate
sir.
you being here. It's like the CEO dropping in on you. You know what
I
I
know,
mean?
right?
We appreciate it.
Let me sit
We
up straight.
appreciate it." Yeah, she's
Let me, hello.
uh, got to enunciate properly. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
for
Your
real.
R's on your end of your no. Anyway, now with that being said, Doc, um, let's get
Let's get
into it.
into it. So when you sent me the thing and you were like, "This is what we was talking about," I was like, "Okay, cool. Let's get into it." Why? I'm not afraid of commitment. I committed to a job. I committed to a master's degree. I committed to this man. Child, I even committed to this dog. So I'm not afraid of commitment. Let's
That's
talk to
true.
me
And
about it. Like, what was
you
going on in your mind when you came up with it?
my no, this in my mind, no, you know how things come up and
I
people
already
ask
know.
questions.
Yeah.
And that's how the topic came up. But I thought, that's a psychological thing. And I say, Doc could eat this up. She'll be able to dig into that. I know she's talked to people about their fears, probably. And I think so. I kind of put the cat out the bag. My thought is that it comes from that. So, we could probably talk about that a little bit, maybe help some
Hold
folks,
on.
you know what I mean?
Let me give our disclaimer. Hold on.
There
Hi
we
guys.
go.
So this is our disclaimer. I am a therapist, not your therapist, unless we have paperwork and a payment method in place. When we are speaking from our education, from our experience, from conversations we've had, not necessarily our current personal life. Unless we say this is currently happening to us, please don't make any assumptions about us. We are just speaking, we are having fun. We also know that your cousin, your homegirl, sister, cousin was in the same situation and it worked out well for her. And we love her. We are so happy for her. But we're not talking about her, we're talking about people in a general perspective. Okay.
Yay, yay, her.
I know. It always works out for her. So
Yeah,
congratulations.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I love that. I love that disclaimer. Thank you, Doc. So with that being said, I want to say thank you to the viewers that are watching. And don't be shy about commenting. go to perspective, and it's spelled with three. So perspective, and you put a three everywhere there is an E, right? And go to our Facebook group, join the group. We definitely want to hear from you. Let us know what you would like to talk about, any pointers that you may have gained from the conversation, or something that you would like to be discussed. And do not be afraid to get in that comment section, man. Let us know what you think. They have a good time in there, so have a good time with us. Okay, so thank you for being here. So, what scares you about commitment?
Hold on, we got a
Um,
really good comment.
oh,
So
okay.
Facebook user said, "Hello, hi Facebook user. Give StreamYard permission to let us see your name. We would love
Yes,
to address you by name." But read this
absolutely.
comment.
Alexis Butler said some people are actually scared of the responsibility that comes with
And
commitment.
this is why I love when my good sis be in the comments, because she gonna come with it.
Did I tell y'all I made her? I made that. I made that. I'm just saying. I wonder
Now she
who her
ready for
wonder who
sis.
her father is. What influences she have in her life?
I wonder which therapist she's following on Instagram. No, I'm just kidding. Why people do that? Why
Go
people
see how you just go
want your
snatch.
brain?
Hey, let me take the sun and put it over here on my section. Is
No, why
you
people do that? That's crazy. No, I love when she's in the comment section. I think this is a
okay,
really
Doc? So go on and yeah, go on and elaborate on that. But I think that's a great comment.
I do too. I think this is a really good comment because with commitment comes so much responsibility. Like it means saying no to some things when you really want to say yes. It means showing up when you don't want to show up. It means considering whatever it is that you're committed to, more than likely a person, right? A
Mhm.
relationship. And it means considering them when you don't want to. Like, let's be
When
clear,
you
people
Doc,
are
you
no.
said something. You said something right there. When you don't want to.
Because you don't want to. You want to just like jump, move. Oh, I had this idea. I had this thought. Let me do it. But when you're in
Okay.
a relationship, when you're in a commitment, you be like, you have to be really be like, hey, I had this thought. I want to spend $500 on this class. Can I do it? And you don't want to do that. You want to just run your money, but you're
Mm,
committed. And that commitment comes with the responsibility of being able to communicate.
the responsible. So is it could be the consideration. I mean, it's all that's all encompassing. I think the responsibility that comes with commitment. So, because is that different than the being considerate? She said, "Y'all are hilarious." She said, "I love you." She said, "I love the love." Yeah, we love the love too. Love is good. Love is good. Alexis also she elaborates. She says exactly. People have to sacrifice, and they don't want to do that, especially if it doesn't benefit them in the end.
But you know what?
Ooh,
Sometimes I think people are short sighted, and I think that they don't know that the benefit may be on the back end. I think a lot of times we want the benefit to be super transactional. Like when you go to Target and you get them your money, they give you your items, like boom, boom. But when you are sacrificing and pouring into and being responsible for someone else, sometimes that benefit comes out on the back end. And I don't think, and people can't see that that's when their benefit is coming. You know how they always say, like, you're not gonna reap what you sowed the day that you sow it. People
yeah,
don't. Do that. People,
yeah,
hey, I just put this in the ground. Where's my harvest? What's going on? What's happening?
right. So no patience, no and that's the fear. So because the key word in that statement, I think, is what scares you the most about what scares you about commitment, or what scares you the most about commitment. And I seen a meme about this, and this what kind of brought that about. And Facebook user says, sacrifice is hard sometimes.
I feel like it's hard
Sacrifice,
all the time.
man,
Like the
sacrifice,
definition
yeah.
of sacrifice,
Because it's really not a sacrifice unless that negative nudge. It's usually something that's uncomfortable, you would
right?
prefer not to do, and you would like to pass the cup on, but we have to do anyway. And I think those are when you receive your greatest rewards, right?
Agreed.
Yeah, like so, like you just used a great analogy, sowing the seed. When you plant a seed, some cases you can plant the seed and walk away, but in many cases it has to have sunlight, it has to be in a good soil, it has to be watered, it has to be fed in a sense.
Ain't nobody trying
So
to do all that.
yeah, yeah, but man, when that harvest come in,
Hmm.
and not just, and think about, and I'm gonna, placate on that analogy, because when you plant a seed of something and you put the care in it, and it then bears fruit, it doesn't bear fruit just for that first season. It's going to bear fruit season after season after season. But it starts with planting that first seed and taking the responsibility to
Right.
nurture that, and and being bold enough to go into that, to sacrifice, as we
Mm.
were talking about. So Facebook user says people today want instant gratification, and commitment is long term. Ooh, that was good.
I
Commitment.
also think that's what makes it scary, because you're committing today to somebody that you don't know what they're going to be like in 15 years. You just have
it,
to hope.
it's the uncertainty.
And
So
I think that makes it
so
scary.
so there are a few things that came up as far as the what scares people about commitment, and we can kind of dig into each one of them. One of them is picking the wrong person.
Amen.
And I would like for viewers, just put what, even if you're in a committed, there was at some point something you were afraid about being committed to. So what scares you about commitment? And we're thinking more so in the relationship space, or realm. So what was it about? What was it that scares you most about committing to someone? So don't be afraid to type it in the chat, just whatever it is. But one of the things that came up was about picking the wrong person, which I think is the juiciest one. I probably should have kept that one for last. But what are your thoughts on that one, Doc? You kind of just about going into it.
Yeah, I think it's just what I said. I think that when you make the commitment, like today, you're just hoping and praying that you like this person in 10 years. How do you know this person is who they say that they are? Because people, listen, people can hide, people can fake. And you know how everyone says, well, people can't fake forever, but they can fake for a long time. They
Long
can
enough for you,
long
yeah,
enough for
longer for
you
you to sit your cup down and put some clothes down,
for
and
real.
you know what I'm
I
saying?
think that fear, like, is this person gonna like wake up one day and beat on me? Is this person gonna get with me and then quit their job and never work again? Like, what the is this the right person? Is this person gonna love me when I change? If I gain
Mm,
weight, are they still gonna love me? If I
mm.
lose my job, are they still gonna love me? Like, that's a real thing.
And Facebook user says, I've been committed for 31 years now.
Teach
Okay.
us, teach us, teach
Yes,
us.
yes. So
How did
Facebook
you get what's
user
up?
for
Teach
31
us.
years now. Give us a few, like, put a few tips in there, some things that you think really made the difference, um, that you could last that long. We would love to hear that. So as far as picking the wrong person, that leads us into the conversation about, some of the things that, how can we outlast that? How can we dodge that? How can we identify who who's the right person to? Now, I don't want to sound cynical, but this is what I'm gonna say, Doc, and I'll let you tie it up how you want to. I feel like there is no risk-free way to do it,
It's not. Mm-mm.
and you and there's and it's just I'm not saying it's rolling the dice, because I think there are things you can do to help identify that. But for me, mine would be is to learn yourself honestly. Like, know yourself, know your good, know your bad, and know your ugly. Because the better you know yourself, the better you're going to be able to identify who you connect with. Understanding yourself helps you understand others.
So I like that, but I'm also gonna add pay attention early. I
Mm.
have said this on this show before. I say it in session all the time. Women especially will look at the red flags and then pick them up and be like, "Hey, we're at a carnival." No, like, this is a red flag. Stop. Stop what you are doing. So to add to know yourself, pay attention early. If this is what they were doing 3 months in, they probably gonna be doing it 3 years in.
Mm,
People
mm.
now listen, people change, people have awakenings, people have the capacity to be different and be better. But 8 times out of 10, the red flags that you ignored are the red flags that lead you to divorce court.
The red flags that you ignore or the red flags that will lead you to divorce court?
I know somebody, they've been, well, they're not married no more, they got a divorce, but they were married 16 years. Every 18 months, he had another girlfriend while
I
he was
don't.
married.
Why did I laugh? Because that's not funny.
It wasn't funny at all, but that's, I mean, maybe that's how you felt. So
Oh,
your feelings are valid.
nah.
But, but like every eight, like he got a little itch. He got a girlfriend. Sometimes it was serious, and he would move out because he was in love. Sometimes it wasn't serious; it
Wow,
was just sex. Every 18 months.
that's
What you,
like
what you
that's a
thought?
that's a hell of a pattern right there.
And so then you come to me and you're like, hey, what are we supposed to do? Was he ever faithful?
Right,
It's been
right.
16 years of you taking him back. Why would he stop now?
Why would he stop now?
Pay attention early.
We just won't stop. Dun, dun, dun. We can't be stopped. Okay, but
I said he cheated every 18 months. You said
they no every 18 months for
just now.
16 years.
Yeah.
Like he was like, yeah, I got a good thing going on. I got my commitment there. I got stability, and I'm gonna go home whenever I get ready. I'm gonna
Whenever
go
I get
play.
ready.
Yeah, now I'm gonna come do right for a little bit, get everything. Soon as she gets settled, she's feeling comfortable. Bang!
I'm
Let
out
me
here.
go. Let me hit the slalom. You get the slalom. And, you slalom. You, I don't know.
No,
Okay.
for real. Crazy.
I don't know why that come to my mind. I was like, he's gonna hit the slopes. Alexis Butler says, know yourself.
Yeah.
100, 100. She says, pay attention early. Sound like a little bit of gospel. And Facebook user says, I agree.
Pay
Man,
attention.
you know, type your name in the chat if you're comfortable. Even if it's an alias, put an alias with your real name, just so we can identify who it is on the comments. So next, Doc. So picking the right person, I think pay attention early
Hmm.
and know yourself.
I
Or,
also
or
want to say this. While you're paying attention, listen. Some people will tell you what's wrong. They'll be like, I don't really like commitment. But because they taking you to eat crab legs every Friday, you think you're going to change them. So when you're paying attention, make sure you are looking with your eyes, but also listening with your ears. Because sometimes dudes, women too, they'll just be honest and be like, hey, this is what I don't like this, or this is how I am, this is what I do. But you think your sugar box or your love stick is so good, you're gonna change them, and that's not a real thing. So make sure you listening while you paying attention.
Doc, I'm so proud you took up my word. I don't know why I feel good like that. I'm like, okay, I have something to contribute to.
That's right.
Sugar
It's
box. Sugar box is,
sugar box.
is my turn. Alexis, no, that was good, Doc. That was really good. And I mean, and that may be something. I think, before we read the comment, I think that's the importance of therapy. Someone to help you be able to do that, because to recognize and understand, okay, learn how to listen, learn how to decipher, like, no, they're really telling you something. You think it's just a
Right.
slide comment, or they're just saying something. They're really giving you the pieces to the puzzle. And going to therapy will help you gain the ability to put those pieces together so you can begin to see a picture. And the earlier you do that, the better off you're going to be in like avoiding situations that may not work for long term. Alexis Butler says every 18 months sounds like a commitment to me.
Oh, for real.
He was committed to having a new broad on his arm. I don't know. That's how I felt like it came to me. Facebook user says men get caught up in the physical, and we need to focus more on the mental. Oh, Mr. Brown, Mr. Andre Brown in the building. It's on now.
The Brown, come on.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And so what do you think about that, Doc? Men get caught up in the physical, and they need to really pay attention to the mental. Um,
But I think that like men are visual creatures, and so women just need to be aware of that. Like if you know your man is a visual, like, cause I listen.
Mm.
Okay, this is my personal life, guys. My personal life. So
Uh-oh.
I work from home, and it can be very, very easy for me to look like a bum every day. Like I could do it every day. Cause listen, when I'm at work, if I do this, you don't know what kind of shirt I got on. I could really just be out here looking like a grandma. And so I have to make a active commitment, like, okay, he home on this day. I need to put these pajamas on. I need to put these leggings on. I need to like at least look like I care about myself. You know what I
Meaning,
mean? Because he's visual. And he didn't ask me to do that. That's something that I want to do for him, right? He didn't say, Toya, wear this, because that ain't how we roll at my house. But I want to do that. You know what I mean?
no, I
Women
think
gotta
it's
pay
why.
attention. You
No,
gotta pay attention.
I think it's wise to do that to me, and
Yeah,
that's part of that sacrifice because you don't feel like doing that all the time,
I don't.
but you know that it's necessary to be successful within a relationship. So
Mhm.
know who you are and know, like, try to pay attention. And this is the thing, I think women, and this is not attacking women because this is just a topic right now. So,
Right.
but with men being visual, understand that men are visual. It's not a bad thing. So, what you know how women say, do the things that it took to, they'll tell men, do the things it took to get her. Keep doing those things after you get her. Well, women, and I know this is going to sound very misogynistic, you want to, as best you can, keep looking like you looked to get him.
Not just kidding.
Now,
Well, hold on, hold on.
no,
I also think men, y'all eyes gotta start maturing.
no,
I'm
now
not gonna keep
no,
looking
I
like
got you, Doc. I got you, Doc. Because I'm not finna tell dudes now you get to act the fool. Because if a woman carries your child, I'm gonna say if a woman has carried a child, if she
period.
is participating in the process of repopulating the planet, you got to give some leeway there, man.
Because it's a big
You
deal.
got to give some leeway there. Okay, like, but I'm gonna tell y'all, men. I ain't talking about other entities, but men are do not have a problem with pouches. Men do not have a problem with stretch marks. And if you do, you something wrong with you. I'm just gonna say something wrong with you, or you in a different space. We just, that's all I'm saying. Because that is not a deterrent. That's what I'm saying. But do your best to be your best. And I'm gonna say do that for yourself too. It's
Yeah.
going because when you look, now my partner has a ministry. It's called LTPT Ministries, Look Tight, Play Tight Ministries.
Okay.
And I know it's really about Yahshua, but because it's in the word that you should take care of yourself, that you shouldn't be gluttonous, and your body is a temple, and you should take care of it. It just makes sense. Anything you want to achieve, your goals, your activities, your levels, it plays into relationships. Because if you're not healthy and you don't look good, you ain't gonna feel sexy, and you ain't gonna want to let nobody play in your sugar box. You know what I mean? And men, if you let yourself go, she ain't gonna want you to play in her sugar box. Okay.
It's not.
So we all got that responsibility. That's on both sides of the aisle, so to speak. Um, Facebook user says, uh, there's been uh there's been up and down, there's been up and down, but all the way talk them out over, never go to bed without talking about the problem.
Okay.
They've been
They
through up
saying
and
this
down.
31 years. They saying it's done been rocky. They saying they
It's
done
been
been through some stuff, but what they
okay.
gonna do is talk about it.
Got you. They say so
Okay.
when you go to bed, if you don't talk about it before you go to sleep, you ain't gonna sleep good because it will be on your mind, which I
Mm.
think would cause a problem in any relationship. So I'm taking from that communication. Doc always says, hey man, take communication, get it tattooed on your arm, your wrist, wherever you
For
look often,
real.
write it on your mirror, make it a mantra if you need to. And then effective communication is something I'm always spitting out. I like effective communication. That means we have to be able to speak, and the person knows how to listen, and vice versa. Like, think about the court of law. You might not like what they saying, but really try to understand. Like, hush, it's their turn, and then they stop, and then it's your turn. You know what I mean? Anyway, What they ain't that I think they have a technical term for that. It's conversation wheel. It needs to be
Hmm.
like a conversation wheel. So Alexis Butler says, okay, Doc.
That's right.
She say, put us on.
Because listen, what I'm gonna do is get a matching lounge set. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
And I
Doc, you
still want
pretty
to be
stylish though.
comfortable, but I still wants to be comfortable. But we gonna look like something.
Hey to you, Facebook user. I
Hey,
don't know who you are, but hey to you. Um, Alexa says that's a great tip. She say I noticed talking it over before going to bed keeps us intact. Mm,
yeah, because if I don't sleep well and I wake up with an attitude, now I'm even more upset. I'm
yeah,
mad about whatever we was beefing about, but now I'm mad because I'm sleepy.
and then I'm gonna tell you, people get mad about somebody else being mad. So don't let people be mad. No, I'm telling you, I've experienced it and I've
I
seen it
know.
go down. Like, why you mad? Because they mad. I don't even know what they mad about. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is a lot of mad going around for
Okay, we
nobody
just
really know what the hell going on. So all of that, nothing, and it's all right. That's not allowed and it shouldn't be allowed. But first, you got to make it a safe space for people to for your partner to speak openly and on it. Go ahead, Doc. That's your
I
area.
will always scream this from the mountaintops. No one is coming to you with their vulnerability if they come to you and you jab it. If I come to you vulnerable and you jabbing, you throwing shade, it's not a safe place. I feel like you judging me. I feel like my vulnerability is not well received. Please don't ever ask me for it again.
Right,
And
right.
that's just that. And I say
That's
all the time, like, you have to be a safe place for your partner to land, especially if you have a partner who kind of struggles with being vulnerable. You can't, like, if they're vulnerable with you and you shut them down, you yell at them, you're not receptive, or if they're
you
saying,
ridicule or embarrass them or kick them
or
while
you
they down,
kick them while
man.
they down and try to point out what they did wrong,
Mm,
they're
mm,
never coming at you like that again. And you
I
shouldn't
call
expect it, quite frankly.
I call it throwing darts. And I've said I use that term. I say you throwing darts, and then people throw in relationships, and this is sad. Throw rocks and hide their hands,
All the time.
saying very passive aggressive type things, bringing stuff up. You know what I mean? I can understand you can be upset and you don't want to forgive, but there's a time and a place, and there's a way. If you don't really want to fix it, man, shut up, move on, do your thing. But don't stand there and antagonize anybody that's being vulnerable and or made a mistake and they're trying to fix it and they have a really true desire to do so. Um, your reaction shouldn't matter on what they're doing. You should decide, like, okay, I'm gonna be decent about this, or if you know you're gonna be an a-hole, hey man, pack up your bags and make some moves. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. So Doc, next. This is so hot. Now, this may be obvious, but we'll probably run through it real quick. Um, Giving up independence.
So somebody said that, and I just be like, do you want to be independent or you want to be together? What we talking about?
There's no
Because
way to be to make a commitment and be independent. It's an oxymoron. Them two
I
words that
also
don't go
feel
together.
like I also feel like independent adjacent. So like I'm here with you doing our show. My husband is at a Christmas party. Like he has his own thing. I have my own thing. Like I'm still me, right? I'm
Okay,
just
work it out,
me.
Doc.
I'm
Work it
just
out.
me connected to him. I'm not mad at him for being where he's at. He not mad at me for choosing to be where I'm at because we're two different people who decided to do life together, right?
Mm,
So independent adjacent. Like I still want time to read books, talk to my homegirls, like whatever it is that I'm doing. And he needs time to like, I don't know, play with cars and talk to his homeboys, whatever he's doing. And so you don't lose that because we're together,
right.
because you want me to be happy, healthy, whole so that I can be good to you. If
And I
you
think
start
that's yeah.
taking things away from me, I'm not happy, healthy, whole.
Mm.
So
So
like
that's
I
part of that
always,
looking early. That's part of that looking early you was talking about.
yes,
Yeah.
and I always encourage people like when you say you don't want to give up your independence, what you think you giving up? What does that even look like? Like what does that mean? Because I'm not his slave, he's not my slave. We're committed, but we have individual interest, and that's okay.
Right. Individual. We have our in. So, and this is to help in any of those. So, if that's your choice, so it may be picking the wrong person. Was one of the things that you were scared of and afraid of? We kind of talked about that. Look
Mhm.
early, and know yourself very well so you can make a good choice. Understand what are those non-negotiables for
Come
you.
on.
You know
What's
what
your
I
deal
mean?
breakers?
Yeah,
What are
yeah.
your deal
A-
breakers?
and like Dre said, man, hey, okay, it could, she might have a nice booty, but and she may have some good beauty, but what's going on with that brain? You know what I mean?
Can she
So you
count?
need say can,
Can she count? Can she mother your children? Yes or no?
man, oh man, what kind of values do she have? What are her beliefs?
Mm.
Is
And
she
are they
trust
aligned with yours?
Yes. Yeah. Is there alignment in your values and your beliefs? Do you um have they demonstrated trust to be trustworthy? Meaning, i.e., can be vulnerable with them, and then
Right.
they don't. Doc says doing jabs, and I'm saying start throwing darts. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Can they affect? And Doc says communicate. I'm saying effectively communicate. Can they have hard discussions? Do they have the wherewithal to come to you if they do see something and they feel something, and you can have an effective conversation that leads to, because I think effective communication leads to solution, right?
Right.
And then my own personal thing, I think they need to love themselves. And when I say love themselves, be self-aware. Like they understand that they're not perfect. They have things they have to work on, and they're willing to do those type of things. But I digress. um, so giving up the independence, Doc. So how would you encapsulate that? Like you said, independence adjacent. There are going to be some things you give up, but you want to be with someone where you still have your individual
Interesting.
interest. So
Mhm.
you're going to have a taste of that independence. So the things that you enjoy doing, like doing, you will still go to do. And it's not,
Yeah.
and you don't want to be in a relationship where someone feels like they have to be everywhere you are. They can't even live life unless you're right there in it. But you're doing life together. I love the way you say that because you've
Mhm.
chosen to do life with someone.
Right.
Mm, okay.
I also think that like what what do people think that they're giving up? Because really the only thing that you give up is the opportunity or the option to be sleeping around with everybody else. That's what you
Ooh.
give up. You give up like especially with monogamy. I'm talking about monogamy. I know that there are varying types of love. We have had people on our show to discuss that, but I'm talking specifically about monogamy. What do you give up except that you can't sleep with nobody else and you can't be having inappropriate conversations with other people? What else are you giving up?
That's
That's
why
what
I
I would
think
that's what I would
that's
be curious to ask. Like
that's
what.
no, that's a great question. And I think that's what we're challenging those who if that was your choice, like giving up independence, like you really need to think deeply, like what are you afraid of losing? What are you
Mhm,
truly giving up? And have you really thought about what you would be gaining? Let's say you're picking the right person.
mhm.
So what would you be gaining by doing that? And do your pros and cons on that and understand that that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I always get concerned though when people be like, I don't want to give up my independence. I feel like you coming into it with a negative mindset, and I don't even know that you like setting the relationship up for success. Because if you enter into a relationship operating from the space of I have given something up, you're not really giving your full self to the relationship. I would.
So so I'm gonna pick at the not pick at, but I'm gonna engage in a therapist in you, doc. So what does that indicate if someone says the things that scares them the most is losing their independence? What does that
I'm
tell
gonna
you?
ask, like, do they have a trauma history? Do you have a history of getting in a relationship and then being limited? Have you been in controlling relationships? Have you been in abusive relationships? Like, I would have to ask more questions before I just say, oh, that's a symptom of this. Because everybody's different and you know it's nuances to everything. But also, like, what you doing in your independent life that's so good? Because then, like, why are you dating?
Mm,
It's
thank
like, so I have a client who is on a dating site, comes to the point of like, hey, let's meet up, she like ghosts people. So I was like, get off the site. Like, why are you wasting people? Like, stop doing
She
this.
is
Like,
really wasting people time. She just needs some
yeah,
attention. Oh, that's you such a that's so.
girl,
And
but
I
I
don't think
was
people don't think that's wrong. They
like,
don't
that's
think
what
that you're
I'm
doing
doing.
anything wrong. Like you want
Like,
somebody to feed your ego. And that's trash, man.
yeah, I don't like that. Stop
Stop
wasting
it.
people's time.
So monogamy. So
Hmm.
what scares you about commitment? Monogamy.
Then find you somebody that's non-monogamous.
Get you they got plenty of different
It's like
listen,
it's a whole sector of people that are into a whole sector of things. Find you somebody in that sector. Go play on that playground.
polyamorous, poly,
All the things.
all of the P's.
Everybody.
Because it's a bunch of them out
And I ain't gonna name them because I don't want to get them wrong and I don't want nobody to get mad at me. But go play on that playground.
there. Is there anything to be, I don't want to say concerned, but what would be the thought? Well, because monogamy is, to me, monogamy is the youngest relationship format there
So that's
is.
what I learned. I had a poly couple, so I had to do like a little bit, not a lot, but I had to do like a little research to make sure that I didn't sometimes as a therapist you get like set in your ways and this is what I read in this book and this is what we're supposed to do, and that doesn't always translate to varying populations. And that's a topic for another day. Please don't get me started on that. So I had
Right.
to do a little research to make sure I'm not bringing my own bias and like make sure I'm hearing correctly what the issue is. And I learned that like people was poly for like forever.
No, that was the set structure in
Yeah,
history.
like this whole one-on-one thing, although we one-on-one over here and I ain't playing no games. Ain't
So,
no go
what
backs.
you know?
But that
We
one-on-one,
we didn't found
that's new.
we didn't found it. So Doc, this is for the sake of conversation and intellectual, you know, thought. Let's just
Okay,
talk about it.
sure.
So everything on the planet really kind of, there's only a few entities on the planet that even practice monogamy.
Okay,
Monogamy was created by like Anglo-Saxons. It was
agreed.
that religious group. They created the thought of monogamy. Not even it's not in the Bible. It's not what Jesus would have
I
suggested.
know because my boy had lots of wives. David, he's my favorite person in the Bible. So yeah, go ahead.
He had lots of them. Yeah.
I know.
And so with that being said, a lot of other precepts, which are great ideas, these are recommendations and suggestions on how you should function and move in life.
Hmm.
I think the Word of the Most High is the greatest instructional book there is. Now you need to be able to, you got to read it though, and you need to do some history and some study to make sure you're properly applying some of those precepts. But
Hmm.
my recommendation is Proverbs. You read Proverbs, it's straightforward and it gives you really good advice. So, but
Hold
with
on,
that being, go ahead.
because Proverbs 31, sis was doing too much.
Wait a minute. How could that be? Please elaborate. Please
Sis
elaborate.
doing way too much.
Wait, elaborate on that. What do you mean she was doing too much? What
Oh
what was
my
what was she doing too
god!
much?
Like,
What what?
ugh. And so it's like 45 billion things that sis was doing. Sis was waking up before the sun. Sis was planting gardens,
Okay,
tending
she
to
got up early.
crops, working at the storefront, tending to the children. Girl, it's 24 hours in a day. Sit down, rest,
What you
rest.
mean?
She was
I
doing way
see
too
women,
much.
I see women,
She
I
was doing way
see women do that. See, they didn't say she didn't have to be at the store 8 hours. She had servants that worked
Well,
for her.
they didn't say because sis was doing all the things.
Well, I don't get it.
She was doing
Y'all
way
are,
too
listen, y'all are
much. Like
women.
when you really read Proverbs 31,
INDEEENT. Do you know
so
what that
exhausting.
means?
Hey,
Yep.
She
That's
got her
what
own house. She got
man.
her
She got her
own.
own. Yeah, ain't that what
It's
I've
really
heard?
exhausting.
Ain't that
If
ain't what
you
y'all?
really,
And
if
you want
you
to? And they say they're a
honestly,
boss chick. They got boss chick. She was a boss chick, right?
she was exhausted. Sis had a whole attitude.
And there were other wives. We were just focusing on that one because she was the top tier with them, maybe.
Okay, well, all I'm saying, here's the thing: it's easy for sis to wake up with the sun, feed the cows, milk the cows, go to the store, shop, sweep the door, feed the kids. When it's five of us doing this same thing,
So
that ain't
that's what my point. You was like, no, it's team monogamy over here. This
yeah, we
one,
doing.
one and done, son.
Yeah,
That's
we gonna
that,
pay. We will pay for a cleaning service. We'll pay for that. Thank
that
you.
mean it's another woman. It's just a different format.
This, hey, my
When
cleaning
you pay
was
for daycare, that's just another. It's just another form. Like I'm
they
just saying,
cool too.
why
They
wouldn't
cool.
you just bring that in her house? Because see, I'm gonna tell you, here's the problem. First of all, everybody thinks that it's predicated on sex. Because in the Bible,
That's
them
it.
men were not having sex with all of their wives, but they were responsible for the upkeep and care of those women.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a little thing that people quit thinking. As soon as you hear someone say they're in a polyamorous or a poly relationship or any of those poly
I
or
don't think
P,
that, but that's because I'm exposed to different people. So I recognize that it's not always about sex. But I feel like the way my brain is set up, I might get jealous.
oh,
And then what?
interesting.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Okay.
keep it. I'm just you got to be honest with yourself.
I love it. I
You got to
love it.
know yourself. You got to be self-aware. You have to know your shortcomings. And I'm
Yeah.
not
Talk
I
that talk,
don't
doc.
know that I'm mature enough.
Talk that talk, doc.
Because what you looking at her like that for? You held her hand for 5 seconds. You held mine for two. What's up? We beefed
You
out.
is not finna get that petty. No, you not.
I just feel like
You
now I
just
want
you exaggerate. You exaggerate right now. You exaggerate right now.
but I feel
But
like when you use extreme examples, people really understand what you're saying. I like extreme examples.
I got you. I got you. Cause I'll be right there with you rowing right on the other side. I'll be like, we be right in tow. Uh but back to Proverbs, because we not going that's pretty straightforward instructions, right?
Okay, yes. Yes.
So with that being a very fundamental book of instruction, if it is promoting having more than one, why is monogamy, why is it so deeply entrenched at this point? Why does it have to be monogamy? Why you can't, if you can open yourself up to all the other things within the word, why will we not pay attention and recognize that as well? Mm, mm,
I don't have an
mm,
answer.
mm,
I'm rarely
mm,
speechless.
mm,
I don't have an
mm, mm,
educated
mm, mm,
answer for that.
mm.
I
So
have an emotional answer.
what's the emotional answer? Let's go on. This is what we do. Is perspective. It's a free reign.
So the emotional answer is because that's not what's ingrained in me, and I'm not willing to open up and learn anything else new. Listen, I got to do enough. Okay, I got to take all these vitamins. I got to wake up and be at the storehouse. I got to do all the things. I don't know that I can open my brain up to being like, "Hey, let's do this," unless if we're doing sister wives, we need to do brother husbands.
That's not how it's designed, though.
See, that's all. See, everybody got something to say when it's time for sis to get hers. Everybody like, no, they didn't say that.
That's because men and women are different.
Okay.
When it's some things men can't do that women do. That's their space and their place, and it's some things that men do that women just can't do. That's not their space and their place. Like women can't have more than one man, but men, biologically speaking, like a man can go and impregnate many women.
Mm-hmm.
A woman at the same time, and a
Mm-hmm.
woman can only be can be pregnant by one guy, right? Not overall. Let me unload the wagon. She'll be pregnant for 9 months. It's a very intricate and detailed and special and divine operation. Okay.
I've
Do you
been
see?
pregnant. It's not really divine, but okay.
Well, all things divine don't come in, don't have to shine, is what I'm gonna say. You know.
Okay.
But with that being said, it's just looking. And this is not. I'm like, just look at it for what it is. This is very logical. This is 1 + 1 = 2. A woman can't. She don't. Have. It take almost a year to have a child. You know what I mean? To do that. Then yeah, you can go get a different guy, whatever. And in the and within there are groups of in the animal kingdom that operate in that way. You know what I mean? Like we come with this premise of and I'm just speaking from a biological looking at it. A man can go and do, and then women have a window, just a short window, like their 20s, their mid to like now really starting in their teens till about 30, and then it started going a different direction for them to even be able to really engage in that. Now, I'm just this is just information I've read. I ain't gonna say I've done a deep study on this one. You know what I mean? But just looking at it from the surface, men can go and go and go. Men be having kids into their 60s and 70s and going on. You know what I'm saying? As long as it'll get up, he can make it happen. You know what I'm talking about? So
Mhm.
with that being said, doesn't that kind of indicate that if you're gonna be in a poly situation, you can understand one man, multiple women, but you can't have
'Cause he can make babies?
yeah, he can make babies.
Hold
And
on.
then
I
yeah,
must have
yeah.
blanked out. Hold on, I must have blanked out.
Dr. Sebi proved it.
Hold on,
That man
Paul.
was
I think I blanked out. You're saying because biologically he can impregnate 45 women and I can only carry one man's child at a time. He can have 45 wives and I got to have one man?
yeah, I was saying, yeah.
Oh no, I totally disagree. No. Mm-mm. But let's hit the
I'm
comment.
just talking about from a biological
Yeah,
standpoint.
hold
I'm
on, let's hit the
I'm not
comment.
talking you
I
because that
absolutely
hit you emotionally. So that's what I'm saying. Wouldn't that structure help support the theory of it should be one man, multiple women? Because think about it. One
no, because
woman,
we're not
multiple
wives
men,
and pregnant at the same
and
time.
only one of them can pregnate her once a year. Let's just round up. You know what I mean? That's
I,
not
I, I
sensible.
one, I 1,000,000% disagree. But hold on, let's hit the comments. Go ahead, let's read these comments, please.
Alexa says anything other than mono is just greedy.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
And Jillian Jones says, biologically speaking, both can have more than one. And some women do not want kids. So this doesn't apply for everyone.
You must know
That's
Jillian Jones.
oh yeah, that's my partner, man. I
Okay,
love
because
I'm a
I'm like, what
I'm a
happened
Jill, I'm a
to your
Jillian Jones. I'm a Jillian Jones fan, but she got a lot of fans, so I just stay in the back, man, just wave and wish her well.
Okay, sis. I'm
Uh
agreeing with her, but okay, go ahead.
yeah, Alexis Butler says men can't even handle one woman that's pregnant. So how
That
will
part.
they handle multiple?
That
Because
part.
the other women would assist with her.
No,
Because he'll
I
be
don't want her rubbing my
because I'm
feet. I want
because I'm
him
a
rubbing my feet. They
because I'm a see
swole.
that's an emotional thing. We're talking just strictly biological and logically. I'm not I'm not talking about the emotional
Have
engagement
you
in
been
this.
pregnant? Have you been
Get out your
pregnant?
feelings.
Have you been pregnant? Have you been
No,
pregnant?
I have never been pregnant.
Okay, so then
I
you do
have
not
never
know
been pregnant.
he who has not been pregnant does not get the same that wanting your foot rubbed by your man is emotional. That is a need. That is what you need.
That's
Listen,
as long
your
as your foot
feet.
get rubbed, right? Long as your
No,
foot
by
get rubbed
him.
is the important thing, right?
No, by him. Because you did this to me.
You telling me that's not an emotional thing that you're just
No,
saying right there?
no, it's not
So tell
emotional.
me medically, what's the difference between someone else rubbing your feet and then specifically him rubbing your feet? There
Because
is none.
it is. We are bonding over this pregnancy while you are seeing what your little baby is
You
doing
was quick on
inside my body,
you
stuck
was
in the
quick on
life
your feet. You was quick on your feet right then. No
because
pun
I've
intended.
been pregnant.
He was
He
quick on
who
your
does not
feet.
lactate and he who cannot get pregnant does not
Must
say.
rub, must rub feet. Yeah, stop it, man. Jillian Jones says, no, actually, men who have kids later on can cause issues with the children's health as well. Hey, leave us alone, Jillian. Leave
I'm a
us
Jillian
alone.
Jones fan. Thank you, Miss
Listen,
Jones.
Jillian, that is not really. It be them eggs, man. Them eggs be.
Never the eggs. It be that dusty semen. Oh
Oh,
Lord. Okay, we're the end.
somebody's upset. Listen, no, that's
I'm
good, but
just sharing my perspective.
no, I love it. Hey, bring it on. This is a safe treat. This is a safe treat.
It's a safe tree. It better
Safe
be
treat.
safe because it's not feeling safe.
Alexis Butler says, just because you can don't mean you should.
Please tell him.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say she's stealing. She's stealing
She
that.
said it first today, so it's hers.
I don't like things being thrown back in my face. I just don't.
Nanny
No.
boo boo.
Like what? That's no good. But that was wise. I love it. She says being pregnant is emotional. What do you mean, Father?
Right, get your daddy because he tripping, sis.
Now, y'all good, man. Y'all be pregnant. If y'all would be pregnant right, then y'all wouldn't be so emotional while you pregnant. Y'all built and designed for that. It ain't that big a deal if you do it right.
Says the man who has never had to carry a bowling ball in
All
their
right,
body.
I'm gonna
If
stop
they
because
back hurt.
I'm what I'm picking right. I'm
Shit.
picking at the moment. I'm picking at the moment. No, I'm picking. No, I do not. I don't think that. I know it's very emotional. I think it's one of the most divine and special things. It blows my mind, even just the concept of it. Jillian Jones says what she said. Rubbing the feet is reciprocity.
That's
There she
right.
go. Some ladies will walk 1,000 miles for a man who won't rub your feet.
I know.
Some ladies will walk what she mean? What y'all talking about? Some ladies will walk 1,000 miles for a man who won't rub your feet.
Yeah, they be doing too much, trying to have 55 wives, and you can't
That's
even
because
rub my
that's
feet.
because if she doing that, it ain't her feet she won't rub. I'm just saying, if it's done right, they'll walk. They'll walk for it if it's done right.
Oh,
Um, uh, not boo, boo. She said boo.
oh.
Hold up, nah, but y'all winning in that category. So every now and again, if it's one that'll make somebody walk, y'all, because y'all got man, y'all got dudes jumping planes, and, spending
As they,
money and bicycling. I'm talking about bicycling and walking. They all walk. You know what I'm
as
saying?
they should.
Alexis Butler said, Dusty Seaman took me out. Yes, that was too much. That was too
Me
much.
too.
Dusty. I know, Jillian. I know. She said tomato. Man, listen, we're gonna have a show. Jillian, want you on the show, and we're gonna talk about this equality thing. Like, I think women really need to get this concept, man. Is we're not the same. It can't be reciprocity is beautiful. I think it's
Mhm.
required. There is no relationship in any level. I don't care professionally, personally, even in families, in between mamas, daddies, kids, mamas, cousins, aunties, uncles, children, uh, even your enemies. It's a certain reciprocity that have to be in place. No reciprocity, there is no relationship. So I agree with you, Jillian. But this tit for tat, tomato for the men and women, I think we need to explore that a little more. Because I think if there's things men have to give that you can't expect from the women, and I think it's things that women need to provide and give that they can't be expecting from no man. See, y'all get on that soapbox with the man who can't, if you can't produce the child and be pregnant, then you can't say nothing about the thing. Well, it's
Facts.
something. So, and there's other areas, and we're gonna discuss those, Doc. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna put it together.
Okay,
Jillian,
I'm scared. Come on, let's talk about it.
Alexis Butler says Jillian speaking facts, and there she goes. Now y'all just forming a
That's what I'm
team.
saying. I'm not talking equality. I'm talking equity. Yes, she can come on
She
the show
she
anytime.
listen, she smart, she wise. Don't be trying to play with the words. I know the difference between equality and equity.
Not you
I
found
still don't. I don't think. No, she a sharp lady. It's one of the most attractive, impressive things about her. And she looked good too. She
I
looked good.
love that you like are just totally shooting your shot. Jillian, if
Um,
you would like to be a guest, please
See,
get in
listen, I'm gonna
contact.
tell. Let me. I'm glad we listen. We the last show. We good on time. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna say this, and I learned this years ago.
Mhm.
I'm not. I speak though. I give people their flowers while they're here. I tell my partners that are males. I tell them, man, I love you, and I tell them why, or that I respect them, and I tell them why I respect them. The things about them that I respect. And that's just something that's a personal thing that I've decided to do and live out in life. So I'm really it's not me shooting my shot. It's me really giving her flowers.
So here's the
N-
thing. I'm like
now
that
now if
annoying
she got
little
now if she got to
person.
go change her panties because I'm just being honest,
Whoa.
then that's on her. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Perspective after dark.
And
Okay, so here's the thing.
ah,
Here's the thing. I'm that annoying little sister. So anytime you say somebody's smart, I'm be like, oh, you shooting your shot. Oh, you like her. Cause that's just who I am to you, and that's just what we're
no,
gonna
I
do.
thought that was a great. I appreciate it. It was a
So
great. No,
here we go.
we didn't. Yeah, I know you. I know what you're gonna do. It's good. It's all
Every
good.
time.
I
Every
thought it was a
time.
good segue for me to kind of, open it
Let
up
us
because
know that you're giving
that's
flowers.
been an issue now because that's something I lived out. But there's arenas and spaces where as soon as you compliment someone or you give somebody that they say, and I'll be like, God dang, I can't even compliment you. I can't, that Me Too movement, it just got y'all all frazzled. You know what I mean? Y'all, y'all be buck wild. Somebody say, hey, I really like your hair. I'm good. Like, hold on, man. God
I
damn, I
feel
really
like there's a certain sector that does that, but I don't know that that's like the overwhelming majority. But
that
let's
that
get
may
these.
that possibly that may be may be true. And Alexis Butler says women took us to the moon, so I don't want to hear it.
My girl.
Yeah, let's get through these comments so we can get off here.
Okay, go.
Alexa says Jillian said what she said.
And
Oh,
I'm
this
here
wait
for
a
it.
minute.
And I'm here for it.
She say
Oh.
she say Eric is a flirt.
So we've learned, sis.
Jillian Jones said, I appreciate you too, Eric. Super intelligent and open-minded. Thank you. I
Aw.
appreciate that. I receive it. Perspective at the dark. I know. That got me. If being called me talking about, I heard, and then I'm like, say man.
They said I can
Um
have creative whatever. So I think you do what you say.
we had to, man. I'm had to talk to Jeff first. Like, bruh, is this even possible? I mean, is this? I don't know. Are you okay with her participating? Got to be some respect shown in that one. Alexis Butler said this was a great show for real. Great
Thank you.
conversation. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Alexis.
And thank you for
And
being here. It is never not like we appreciate you. We see you. Thank you for being here.
there you go. That's my partner, man. Hold up, we in the building. Mm, mm, mm.
Oh, okay.
Jeff said, not women took you to the moon. More than one way, brother. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just look, y'all got me acting like this. I'm gonna
I
stop.
am not about to play with y'all. Okay, come
He,
on.
he
He said
say
it's
it's good because Doc on it. Yeah,
thank you,
absolutely.
sir. I appreciate that. That's my
Absolutely.
man, guys. In case y'all didn't
Absolutely.
catch it.
And we got it, man. I gotta have Jeff on perspective. It's really
Can we
been a travesty. It's really been, I don't know. We'll talk about it because I know that's, you might not, it might, I don't know. We'll talk
want
about
to
it.
be in the she shed? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, come on. We
No,
got to
we
wrap this
not.
thing up.
That's
I have
what's not. Yeah, that's not what finna happen though. We not finna go after my partner. That's just not happening. Lay him up. Lay. Stop what you're doing because you're about to ruin the image and the style that you used to. That ain't fun. No, just shout
nah,
out to hey
he can
man.
come to
Shout
the
out to Humpty
shed.
Hump on
He
that one,
can
man.
visit.
But anyway, thank you everyone in the chat, everyone the viewers. Hey, do me a quick favor, please, on whatever platform you're on, just hit the like button. Give us a thumbs up. Go if you're on the YouTube, subscribe to BS3 Network. So on Thursdays and hit the notification bell. So when we come up, you will get the notification. We love having you here. We love your input. Man, shouts out to Dre. Love you, brother. Thank you, Ben. Jeff came in right at the end and helped shut it down. And my baby bird always flying. And man,
Always.
salutes to you, Jillian. Appreciate you being on there, and I'm going to reach out to you because I really do want to get you on the show because you be I just got to get at you. That's what it is because you be in here throwing the blows on in the comments, and I got to be able to, I'm gonna have to prepare and whatnot. So
Gotta
anyway,
do.
with that, hey, we love y'all. Thank y'all. We will see y'all. Let me see, Thursday the 21st. And then the 28th. So yeah, we'll be good. We'll miss that Christmas little window. So we'll see y'all next Thursday on Perspective. Y'all have a good one.